Hi everyone. Hi. We are heading into the middle of spring, but it doesn't look like it, does it? Yes, it's the 8th of October and I am wearing 3 layers, one of which are thermals. I'll tell you what, spring weather is very up and down right now. Yesterday it was hot. It reached about 30 degrees C and now it's dropped almost 15 degrees. It's also the first week of daylight savings and I wanted to film this romanticized, warm spring weather, days are longer gardening video. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite tired and low on energy right now, and that combined with this weather is just making me a little bit grumpy. But I would still like to get through some plant chores that I've been putting off. I know I will feel better once I get into the swing of things, and future Shy will thank me and feel a little less stressed for having knocked off these tasks. I have a list on my phone and we are prioritizing light tidying jobs this afternoon. No heavy lifting. No. Those are tomorrow's problems. Unless I feel like in a couple of hours I can take them on. All I need to do is get through one item at a time. That's it. That's all I need to do. So do your chores with me. Come on, we can do it. We can. Just gonna rip it out. Where's my spade? Before we start anything, I want you to check in on this opuntia with me. Ooh, these babies are growing. And this one here, and this is the 4th one. There were a few other spots that looked like they were going to turn into babies. I think there was one there as well. But Tim reckons that they kind of receded to put all of their energy into growing these young petals here. And the same thing I think is kind of happening here. These might not actually become full petals because it's growing this. Yeah. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna clean up this Christmas bush. It's not looking too great at the moment. It's dropped a lot of leaves off the bottom. I still have hope for it because there's some new growth at the top. So I would probably be more worried if there was something not going great with the new growth. But I'm assuming this plant might be struggling with the inconsistencies in weather. It is like summer temperatures one day and then it drops down to winter the next. It still looks fairly healthy apart from the leaves at the bottom having dropped off. I mean, there are a huge amount. This plant will also get a lot bigger. It's like a tree. I'm gonna let future Shy deal with that. It's gonna stay in this spot for now. So I'm just gonna clean it up, cut back on a couple of the lower branches and then just see how it goes. There's also quite a bit of weeding to do here. Just small stuff though. These branches here aren't necessarily dead. I don't know if you can see in the middle of the twig there, but it's still green on the inside. I don't know, I might just cut it back a little bit more at the bottom, just so the new growth isn't competing for energy and nutrients. Some of you might know this plant better than me, so feel free to, speak up in the comments and tell me how to keep this plant alive. I hope it bounces back. The blooms are really beautiful on this. See if we can just get the rest of these off. Bam. Don't know if I'm cutting this back right, but I'm doing something, aren't I? A little bare, but we'll see how that goes. If it doesn't live, then I'll learn. These look like they're about to pop out, so there is some hope. Okay, that is ticked off the list. Next, I need to cut back on this chrysocephalum. This grows really quickly, but I don't need it to be this big. And it's also covering up the sedum dragon, which I don't want it to do because the sedum dragon is really pretty. Also, the smell of mint is so strong. I don't know if you can see the stretch of mint all along here. I need to get rid of this. This is an example of how a herb can be really invasive and turn into a weed. It's a freaking weed right now, the way it's behaving. And we don't use a lot of mint in our cooking. We don't drink mint tea. So all of this serves no one. Anyway, one thing at a time. Let's just cut back on this. Chrysocephalum Kate's orange. So pretty. And it's a native. I might actually put these in a vase inside. I mean, that just gives this, what's this one called? Colorata. Just gives this colorata a little bit more breathing space. I could probably cut down on a lot of these taller flowers too, but I don't want to lose too many flowers from this bunch. It's just such a pretty color and it looks so lovely against the tall cactus here. I think I'm gonna leave this. All of this needs to come up. This is all the Chrysocephalum I've pulled from the garden this Arvo. I might just chuck this in a vase. I like when flower arrangements look really wild and natural. This is the first time I'm gonna put flowers from the garden in a vase inside. How cool is that? Okay. Next. Now I know that this is controversial and Tim really likes this plant the way it is, but these kalanchoe blooms, the bright red ones, I'm not getting rid of them, but I do think they need a little bit of thinning out. Like they are very, very heavy in this composition here. It feels a bit like someone going overboard with Christmas decorations. It feels like holidays vomit. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry, I'm not getting rid of them. I'm just gonna thin them out a little bit. Just a little, maybe a lot. I have no rhyme or reason for like what blooms I'm chopping at the moment. This is all kind of like a little bit experimental. I don't know, maybe the tallest ones. Let's go for those. We don't need anything towering. Yeah? I think that already looks better. Keeping it delicate, lightening it up. Just gonna cut it off. One more. All right, let's just go with this for now. And if I feel like cutting back somewhere else on this plant, I can do that. Probably should have gone with the blooms that are the oldest. That's okay. You live, you learn. One more, and I promise that's it. Okay, that's it. I think that looks better. It looks lighter. Oh my gosh. The flowers are so heavy on this one here. Can you see that? It's just flopping over at the back. Well, these are gonna be the first to go. Chop it. Yeah. I actually think that looks a little bit more balanced with everything now. I could probably chop a little bit more off, but I'm known to get very scissor happy, so I might just leave it there for now, and if I feel like chopping 1 or 2 more blooms off later on, I can do that. And while we're here, I might as well cut back on these Sediveria blooms too. I don't know what kind of Sediveria this is. If you know, let me know. Done. How quick was that? Okay, last thing for today, I need to cut back the dead branches of the Russian sage. Apparently, I was supposed to do this a little bit earlier in spring, but you know what? Given that it's 16 degrees, doesn't matter. So I think I'll cut this back just enough so that we don't have a lot of the bare twigs mixing in with the new growth, if that makes sense. So should I cut here or should I cut here? Maybe I'll cut here. And if I need to cut there, you can tell me. I'll cut right back there. And maybe I'll cut back here. I'm gonna cut that here. Yes. Yes. Good. Great. Hopefully I did that right. Gosh, the blue chalk sticks are looking really blue today. And it's turning up nicely on the camera. I just put this through Google Lens and it says that it's sow thistle. It's apparently edible, but it's also a weed. So I don't want you here. I'm sorry. You're gone. You're quite pretty though. So easy to pull out. Wow. And there's chickweed everywhere. I've got a Russian sage here. Okay, well, it's still really cold, but I actually do feel better for having done that. So I'm really glad that I pushed myself to do some chores. It's about 20 past 6 in the evening now and it's still really light out, which is lovely. But yeah, we'll pick it up tomorrow with some more chores. Okay, friends, it's still cold today, but not as cold as yesterday, which is good. And tomorrow, according to the forecast, is going to be 26. It's 18 right now. And then, yeah, it's just up and down for the next 10 days. So, continuing with our chores list. Wow, it's mostly weeding today. I also just wanted to get your opinion on this sweet pea that seems to be climbing. Can you see it? There, that's the sweet pea climbing up the trellis there. I mean, look, it is doing its job up top. It's flowering, la la la, flowers, blooms, nice green leaves. And then when you get down to the bottom here, it's all dried up. Now, can someone who does sweet pea tell me if this is normal or not? I'm assuming that the stalks are still good. I don't know what this means. I don't. and I'm wondering if it's just going to trickle all the way up to the top of the plant. I hope not. Anyway, one of you can tell me. Now the next thing that I need to do is to get rid of all of this mint along here. And it really goes to town here. I am going to pull out what I can and pour boiling water on the rest. I mean, that seemed to work for me last time. It doesn't totally get rid of the mint because mint is just super vigorous. It's a tough plant, but the boiling water will allow the mint to die back and just keep it at bay for a while. And it's mixed in with other weeds here, like onion weed, just some kind of like whatever that is. But yeah, I do think that I can pull out some of it, so I'll just try and dig up what I can. The reason why I use boiling water is just because there's not enough room to get down there with tools and like pull everything up. It smells so good. We just don't use any of it, that's all. Like I don't put it in water or I don't like flavored water. I don't want mint tea. I don't know, maybe we could make a mint sauce. Oh, there's a worm. It's on the pavement. It's lost or dead. Anyway, yeah, what a shame. What a shame we don't use this in our cooking. There you go. Oh, whoa, look at that. See, that's why mint is just so hardy. This stem, which it grows from, is just, it's like bulletproof. Ah! Oh. Look at that. Wow! Oh my God, you should see this. Whoa, look at that. The freaking mint. Did I get rid of it? That's pretty cool. So satisfying. So satisfying. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ooh, yeah. Oh no! Didn't get the roots. Ugh. Here we go. These plants are going to be okay. All right, so I'll probably do a few repeats of that over the next couple of days and then we can watch it kind of like die back a little bit more. I mean, it's already kind of started to die back, but some of these will be a lot easier to pull out. I'm hoping that the main stem of the mint might be a little easier to lift out, but it might not happen. At the very least, it'll keep the weeds at bay for just a little while longer. The other thing that I wanted to do was to move, this aeonium here. I wanted to move this somewhere else because it's kind of overcrowding this cactus here. I think this is a Lanata espistoa or something like that. Yeah, it's getting a little bit crowded around this area, so I'm going to pull this out. This aeonium is actually pretty tough. It's got thicker leaves than some of the other aeonium types, and it just sits here throughout the summer. It can sit in this garden bed. I don't have any other aeoniums in this garden bed because of the full sun that this gets. I mean, they'd be fine to sit in this bed in winter, but during summer they just get beaten, except for this one, and it colors up nicely when it's dressed as well. So I'm just going to pull this out. Actually, can I pull it out now? Why, yes. Yes, I can. Roots and all. Yeah, where's this going to go? I don't know. It is really nice though. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to move this euphorbia. I don't know where. I still want this in the garden bed somewhere. Tim reckons this should be in its own pot as a specimen. I don't know. I kind of want to put it somewhere in the garden beds. Just got to figure out where. Anyway, I'm moving this. And I think I'm going to put this here. And then could the euphorbia come up in front? No. Might put that somewhere else. All right, let's see how that looks for now. I can always move it if I change my mind, but it's going here. Oh, another worm is dug up. Sorry, I'll put you back in a minute. Okay. It is kind of tucked away there, but I seriously don't mind that. I think it kind of looks really good there. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I have a vision to complete before it starts raining. So there was a sandstone rock here. It was fairly small. I've taken it out and I want to replace it with something with just a little bit more height. It's not that much bigger. I don't have the perfect rock available right now, but it'll do. I'm thinking that I'm going to place the euphorbia kind of like somewhere here and then move all of these Echeveria elegans down slightly, just to give the euphorbia enough room. Look, go here. Might need to move everything down, which is a little bit of a bigger job than what I imagined, but I think I can do it before I have to log on for my design class. Okay. Baby's fallen off. Oh, that just fell apart. Ooh. If you can see this, but I'm just going to move it a little bit further in. This is an Echeveria painted lady. Can I? Ooh, dear. Yeah, I can put that there. I want most of the euphorbia to grow behind this, yes. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of this bloom. Look, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna leave it there for now because I'm pretty sure I've got an online class in like 10 minutes. Yeah, let me have a think about this overnight. Okay, cool. Gosh, it is so nice and warm in the sun. There's a butterfly in my garden. I don't want to disturb it. Okay, what needs doing today? I am still not too sure about this guy. I like it. I think I just don't like this gap here right now. But I know that this euphorbia, this one, not this one, this one's going to bush out forward a little bit and kind of like fill that gap. So I don't know, maybe I just need to be patient. I want this one to grow tall. I'm just going to leave this here for now until I come up with a better spot for it. Right, this here, it's a ground cover. Not doing so well since I got it from the nursery because of that really hot day, but I think it'll bounce back just fine. This is a Scaevola petite. These plants are native to Australia's east coast, so this should be the perfect spot for it. Why are you dying? Scaevola. This tag does also say water moderately, but when I look online, it does say that Scaevola is also heat and drought tolerant. So I guess I'll just keep an eye on it as it's being established and then see how it does as we head into summer. Might need to dig in a little deeper. I'm going to try and get this away from the cactus, just a little bit closer to these softer succulents here. I like it. So considering that I'm fairly new to this plant, we're just gonna watch it grow and see how it does. My garden beds are one big experiment. The flowers are kind of looking like this. They sort of like fan out. So this plant here is not a focus plant. It's kind of like, if I can sort of demonstrate with these Echeveria chroma, it's just there to provide a soft background texture amongst the cacti and the succulents, which I love. Also, come have a look at this. This is a little piece of salvia that I just stuck in the ground. I'm not going to dig it up because I think it's doing really well. This went in as a cutting a couple of weeks ago and it hasn't died. I mean, this leaf is dead, but other than that, it hasn't died. I just freaking propagated salvia by cutting straight into a garden bed. Would not recommend, but for some reason it's worked out for me this time. It's got the most brilliant blue flowers that you've ever seen. I can't wait for it to bloom. I think it'll probably bloom closer to summer, I think. Anyway. There's stuff happening and I have to show you. Look, that's a Gymnocalycium bloom. Oh, so pretty, is it not? These two here as well. Oh, I've forgotten the name of this cactus. This reminds me of like fruity ice cream. And then this is a Copiapoa. That's pretty fun. One more job to do. I fertilized all the plants with this about a month ago, or maybe just over a month ago. It's a really good all-purpose fertilizer. It is low in phosphorus as well, so it's fine to use on native plants. Apparently you can apply it every 1 to 2 weeks. I waited a little bit longer than that because that's just what I've done. I have a 9-liter watering can and I'll usually go 10 mils of this with 10 mils of sea salt and 10 mils of go-go juice. So I'm gonna water everything first and then apply the fertilizer, and that'll just help the fertilizer absorb into the soil better. Ooh, not a good place to fall over, Shy. Just trying to tuck my wide leg jeans into my boots. Is this a good look? Done. Right, I'm gonna go edit this video now. I will see you in the next one. Bye.